Now, if you stop sniggering, I'll explain what this is all about. How would you like it if you woke up tomorrow morning and you discovered that you were 7 foot in height, that you weighed 42 stone, and that your shoe size was 16? I mean, how would you cope with traveling by car or by bus or by plane or whatever? How would you travel and cope with living around your own house? Well, our first guest tonight is 7 foot in height. He is 42 stone in weight, and he does take size 16 shoes, and it causes a lot of problems. He narrowly avoided being born in Kilchima, County Mayo by 2 days. His mother arrived in England, and 2 days later, he was born in London. He is Martin Ruane. That was his father's name in Kilchima, County Mayo. His adopted name is Luke McMasters, but as European super heavyweight wrestling champion, paying a visit to Ireland this weekend, his name is Giant Haystacks. Let's hear it. There he is. Sir, you're about to park yourself there, please.
For me?
For you. Especially for you, kid.
It's a bit small, isn't it?
Especially for you. Don't worry. Lean back and relax and take it easy there, okay? That's the microphone. Just talk into that machine there now. Nice to have you with us. Obviously, you don't go into Ferguson's and buy off the peg either, do you?
I'm afraid not, Gay, no.
Everything handmade. Now, why Giant Haystacks, by the way, Giant?
Well, I was looking for a name that would describe what I look like. People would remember. And a haystack is what it is. Big, round. And I took that as a nom de plume, you know.
Yeah. Worked very well for you, hasn't it?
Oh, very well indeed, yeah.
How do you cope about travelling? I mean, in planes and buses and trains and things.
Well, at first, Gay, it was difficult because I wasn't as well known as I am now, and whenever I booked a ticket, they didn't make any reservations for me. So they gave me a code number. Whenever I ordered a ticket, I said, bang this code number on, and they used to reserve me 3 seats, you see. Most of the lives of the people that were not going to sit next to me. They were highly delighted, like, you know.
Right. What about cars?
Well, that's my worst problem, actually. I've tried them all, and they don't last very long.
The old suspension and chassis starts to sag a little, I'd say, after a while.
Well, the tick-over gets a bit uneven after a few months.
Now, you're staying at the Tower of Towers, are you, down the road?
That's correct.
What arrangements have they made about a bed for you?
Well, they've nailed 2 or 3 of them together, I think so.
How big? Did anything ever happen to you on a plane? I mean, were you caught in a door or something on a plane? Did I hear?
Well, I was caught in the loo. I always used to make sure that I went to the toilet before I got on a plane on a long journey, you know?
Yeah.
Because they're not the biggest of things anyway. And I've been on this particular plane about 14 hours going to Bombay, India. And I felt I had to go. So, and I went. But it was one of them doors that opened up behind you, like an old telephone box, and closed behind you. And there I was, jammed, and I couldn't move forward. So I didn't know what to do. Like, first, you know, started to panic a little, you know. And then we heard the captain say, like, fasten your seatbelts and put your cigarettes out and get ready for landing, like, you know. And here's me jammed in the loo. So I pressed the emergency button and they came, and they panicked more than I did, actually, in the end. And the captain said, well, you don't have to stay there. So there I stayed till we landed, and they pulled the door off.